Hey everyone, we're here to talk about day 4 of the Summer of Zombie 2017 blog tour. You can follow that on Facebook on the event page for Summer of Zombie 2017, June 1st through 30th. You can also follow the hashtag Summer Zombie, and that can be found on Twitter and other platforms. And of course, you can go to jwilburn.com where most all of the posts will be hosted, so you can kind of scan through there. We have a master schedule that can be found on the blog and is typically pinned at the top of the event page, so you can kind of go back and find the hyperlinks for posts you may have missed during the tour. Day 4, the tour post is about heroes of their own stories, and it talks about the notion that every character in real life and in fiction sort of believes they're the central character of their own story, and each person kind of goes through the motions of life, goes through their journey, thinking of themselves as sort of the hero, so to speak. I talked a little bit about the advantages of looking at characters that way and also the limitations of that particular approach in creating villains and antagonists and so forth. Two Spotlight On interviews. We have spotlights on Jack Wallen and Ricky Fleet. Jack Wallen is a prolific writer. His iZombie series has spanned off into a number of sub-series, and he has many, many other books that we're going to talk about and introduce you to during the process of the tour. The focus for his featured book this time is Zombie Radio 3. So we'll be talking about that 3-book series and what's involved there, and you can find out more about him and it in the Spotlight On interview that's up today. Also, we have a spotlight on Ricky Fleet. He's doing great things with the Hellspawn series, and you can look at what makes that series remarkable and why I chose to have him on the tour here again. So you can find out a little bit more about him and that book from his Spotlight On interview. A fourth post today is the third chapter of the rest of the mission story. Now, this is a round robin story that the featured authors of the tour, several of them, are taking turns writing the next chapter of the story. We're up to chapter 3 now, so you can kind of check that out and see what happens next. This particular chapter was written by S.K. Gregory, so you can see how she moved the story in a different direction. And then the fourth chapter is already underway, being written, and we'll add that on in a few days, and you'll get to see the rest of the mission continue on, and it will be completed by the end of June, last day of the tour. So you'll get to see how that story concludes from the minds of several different exceptional zombie authors. So check out the tour post, check out the 2 Spotlight On interviews, and go ahead and read the rest of the mission and see where we are in that particular serial story. Thank you for joining us, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.